welcome Anna Believantseva. Is that correct? Please say your
Yes.
name correctly.
Anna Believantseva.
Okay, I was close.
Yeah,
That must
you
happen to you a lot, and please forgive
true.
me. I am really, really thrilled that it worked out for you to carve out some time to speak with me and be in conversation for Shift Happens. I I just approached you in January in Davos after a panel that you spoke on for the female quotient on Ukrainian women founders, female founders, investments, and so on and so forth. And I was just smitten by your story. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you a lot for inviting me, and I would love to have a conversation with you and share my story with your
Great.
listener.
So, Anna, you are originally from Ukraine. You are the founder of Esper Bionics and CEO of Esper Bionics. And you will tell us later a little bit more about this startup and this amazing impact that you have on the life of so many. Um, where are you located at the moment? Because you are originally from Ukraine and your offices are in Kiev, New York, and Berlin, right?
Yes, right now I am in New York. We have headquarters here, so I spend at least 6, 8 months here in New York. But also, I try to visit our office in Kiev a couple of times per year, and also sometimes I visit our office in Berlin. But usually, I'm here in New York.
And if I may ask you, when you travel to Kiev, is this like a normal procedure? Is this always paired with certain amount of anxiety? I mean, how do you, I find it admirable,
Uh,
unimaginable.
yes, it's like uh, for me, it's like coming home. So it's always a very pleasant trip. Of course, it's not easy right now because we don't have direct flights. Our sky is closed for civilian flights. That's why I need to fly to Warsaw, for example, and then take a bus. And it's in general, it takes about 20 hours to get from New York to Ukraine, and it's pretty exhausted. But when I am in Kiev, it's also the best emotions which I can get because the majority of our team is there. A lot of our users are there, and my friends, family, all also located there. So I just spend time with them, talking, sharing some news, ideas, and they empowering me with so great emotions. And I know how hard time for them living in the country with war all the time. It's not like a life for me here abroad, and it's really people with so strong spirit, and I really adore all of them, and they motivate me to do my best here in when I'm always safe here.
Mhm.
No, I have lights, I have energy all the time. Um, I have everything what I need. So this trip to Ukraine really motivates me to do my best all the time.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. So usually before I start my conversation about a pivotal moment and a turning point in life, I have a few questions. Um, what is your idea of perfect happiness?
I think it's a combination of some things. Uh, for sure, for me, happiness is about the people in my life, my family, my friends, and my teammates, because people surrounded you, they are very important, and they like the majority time you spend with them. It's very crucial to be surrounded by the right people and the people who can make you happy. So I would like to have a happy family surrounded by very friends to whom I can trust, and also have team who can support me with which I can share my ideas. So it's people, and also some I think the feeling that I'm doing right by myself. So I'm doing the work which bring me right emotions, some impact to my life and to other people's life. This is also very crucial. And also, I think this feeling that you are calm and you are just feel this happiness in everything you are doing. So you are not worried about everything. You can find this calmness and acceptance to everything what happens, and it's very important to find this feeling inside you. And I think it's also like the combinations of those three factors will make me happy.
Well said. Beautiful. What do you most value in your friends?
I think that they are always with me when I the most need them. It's the most crucial things for me. I can share a very happy moments with them, but also I can share very sad moments with them. What is the most important things? Because when everything is good, you are surrounded by a lot of people. You can go everywhere. You are happy. You are very in good mood. Everything is good. But when something happened and you need to get the support, and in this moment, it's very crucial to have some people who can cover your back, and you can literally feel this. They can be not physically present near you, but also you can call, you can text, and it's like mutual support in anything you can need. And this is the most valuable thing for me.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. What is your most treasured possession?
Can you explain what you mean about this treasure possession?
Like, what is there? So, a possession can be something materialistic and it can also be something immaterialistic. Yeah. So, possession can also be, of course, freedom, or it can be,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, a beautiful piece of furniture or jewelry or a little painting you inherited from a relative, or, just something that is dear to you. But it does not need to, I mean, it can be, but I guess it's different for everybody. Is it materialistic, or is it more an emotion?
I think for me, it's self-acceptance. So it's very crucial for me because I'm the person who is always not satisfied with something, with myself, with some people, with some efforts they're doing. I also think that we can do better, we can do faster, we can improve ourselves over time. So this self-acceptance, I think sometime I will go to this point, I will be there, and then it will be the most important thing for me, but I need to work on this. I have everything to be able to achieve this in the future, and I think I will be uh, happier when I can say someone that, okay, I am very self-confident, I am satisfied with everything I achieved, I am satisfied with where I am right now, and my life is great, and I'm doing great today.
Yes. Um, what is your greatest fear?
Uh, right now, so I have some mixed feeling right now because, like, as Ukrainian, I have a lot of feelings related to war, and the greatest fear that this war will continue for years, and it will be impossible to build life in my home country in Ukraine, for me, for my family, for my colleagues, for my friends, and it's very caring. And it's the most fear that it will take time to over this war. And like my personal fear, I think, um, loneliness. I think I'm scared to be lonely. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
my personal. I'm very.
I think we
I'm
all
always
are.
surrounded, yeah, by people, and I really appreciate to be in a company with some great friends or family. So I don't want to be lonely, and that's I think my the greatest fear inside me.
But with what you are doing, I'm sure, I mean, you will always have wonderful people around you, team, co-workers, friends. It's just so admirable. So you started your company, Esper Bionics, in 2019.
Yes,
And
correct.
then only 4 years later, I read on your website you are already now approved in the US, and people who need your um, yeah,
Product.
what can I say, your product. Yeah, I wanted to make it sound a little bit bigger, but I come to that later. um, the prosthetics will can be reimbursed by insurance, yeah, which I thought unbelievable. I mean, that is just a speedy time. Not that I am working in this field at all, but anything that needs approval, in my experience, in this country takes forever. So 4 years to me is like a nanosecond. So your product, the Esper Bionics hand prosthetic augmented, yes, fine
Yes,
female hand, was crowning the cover of Time magazine as one of the world's most important inventions.
yes,
A year before, your prosthetic hand was awarded with the Red Dot Industrial Design Award. And I saw you in Davos at this round discussion of the female quotient, and you were showing the hand, which was just so elegant and so fine and filigrane and everything. So I was completely blown away. And you shared with me in your notes before that the moment that was so impactful for you was when a young female tried the
the
prosthetic
hand.
on
Yes.
for the hand on for the first time, and for the first time in her life she had two hands. So oh, that was just so moving just by reading it. So it would be wonderful if you can tell us about that moment, and yes, what it meant for you.
So yes, we started at for 4 years ago, and like first 2 years and 2.5 years, it was non-stop prototyping work. We just need to figure out how this hand should look like, which functions we can add, which features we can add, the speed of this hand, the strength of this hand. And it was the moment when we were ready to try this hand with some people, and we found some volunteers in Ukraine who would like to test and try the hand for the first time and give us the feedback. So Nika, she was the one of our first users. She was 16 years old. She was a singer. She took part in a song competition, very famous in Ukraine, and she is very artistic. She is very attractive young girl with a huge ambition, and she came to us with her mom for the first time. So we described everything. We took the measures of her residual part of the hand. We learned her story. She was born without the hand, and she never used any prosthetic hands in her life because of the external look, because of functionality, and it's very expensive one, even in Ukraine. So her choice for that time was not to use any prosthetic hand at all. And it takes like a couple of months to make a hand for her. And we asked her to visit our office and try the hand for the first time. So Nika came, it was several engineers near her, all our team who was working so long for this product. And so she put the hand to the socket for the first time, connected everything, and tried to, I think it was like a bottle with water. So she was trying to grab this bottle, and she do this, and I can literally see she start crying, because for her it was so huge emotions. She doing something she can't expect she can be able to do in her whole life. So she hasn't this experience to communicate with the world by two hands. She hasn't this experience to grab something with her left arm. She doesn't have this feeling how to do this at all. And for the first time, she can hold something with her left hand, like put it on a table, take it from the table, and all our team, we just saw this, and it was this understanding, this very moving moment for us, that we are doing something right. So we accomplished something very important already. And with this product and with our efforts, we can literally change the lives of the people who was born without the hand or have amputations during the life. And they are really very hopeless, and they sometimes very stressed, and they are depressed about the things which are going on in their life. And we can give them this opportunity to restore functionality. And not only about functionality, we can give them opportunity to be socialized in society, to give them this self-confidence. And it's a very crucial moment for our team, because we literally understand that this product is working. This product can restore the functionality. People can literally use this product and everything looks great. And starting from this point, we contacted with some other volunteers and start our activity in Ukraine with this trials with the real people, and start communication with prosthetic centers in Ukraine. And then when we passed this phase of trials in Ukraine, we understood that we are ready to go further and go to our main market, to the United States. But for Nika, it was, I think, one of the life-changing moment in her life, because after this, of course, we made some videos, some photos, we started sharing, and a lot of media, they would like to talk with Nika. They started to invite her to different photo shooting, to different interviews, propose some model work, propose some so she can feel herself like very unique and very special, and the people around you, they support you. And yes, for someone you look different, but in a good way. They adore you, they really appreciate you, and they seem to like a beautiful young girl with with bionic hand, but with elegant one, with very good looking one, and you can just adore everyone around. And it was very great feeling for Nika, and for us it was a pleasure to give this opportunity to her.
And that must be just such an amazing motivator also for you and your team to keep going and to improve and to continue to work on this. So that was then 2019, 2020. Then 2 years later, you are facing war, and I remember that you shared that you consciously made the decision to keep the main production in the Ukraine. Amazing! I mean, how do you do this? How this is fascinating.
So we had this hard choice because a part of our team, when the war has started, we were in Berlin, and another part they were in Kiev, and we need to decide what should we do in this situation. And we have all manufacturing facility in Kiev, Ukraine, mostly all engineers also there, some contractors in Ukraine, a lot of CNC machines, equipment, everything was in Ukraine, in Kiev. And we have this conversation with our teammates, and a lot of them they weren't ready to leave Ukraine, and it was like a very short gap to leave Ukraine for months, especially like couple of days. Then they closed the border, and it was mostly impossible to relocate a team when the war has started. That's why we discussed with the team, and we make this decision to stay in Ukraine. We relocated some of our facility to the western part of Ukraine and worked there for a couple of months, and then came back to Kiev. But yeah, and we decided to grow our facility in Kiev because the majority of team is there, and also we understand that we will be working with a lot of military cases in Ukraine. We will have a huge base of users, of partners there, and a huge market for the next 10 years for sure. And to be able to provide the best service, because we don't only provide the hand and that's all. We also do service, customer support, training for clinicians, and the full spectrum of this work. And to be able to do this, we need to be close to these people and speak the same language with them, and to be able to make the service very fast. And that's why we decided it will be a good point that we will be in the same country with them, and it will be very easy to contact with us any moment they will need us. And I think it was the decision which was made by us as the co-founders, and also with our team, which was ready to support us in this decision and ready to stay in Ukraine and continue working, and even scale up our manufacturing facility, our manufacturing line. And right now, comparing to the 2022, we grow for at least 2 times. So our team we were 14 there, and right now we are 45. And yes, and we relocate to the bigger office, like 5 times bigger that we had that time, and everything looks okay for us. Of course, it's hard. It's hard to work in Ukraine right now because of this lack of electricity. They have problem with light all the time, all this sound alarms, all this bombing, all this mobilization processes. So a lot of issues which can distract from the work. And we understand this, and we are trying to help our teammates all the time, but of course we can't do impossible for them. But I think we are doing great comparing to other companies. Some of the companies closed, some of the companies struggling, to comparing to how hard is building the hardware startup in general, how hard is to build a startup in a war time and have manufacturing and teams there. I think we are doing a great job.
Wow, just admirable, really. So I read about this amazing hand that it is based on a very smart system that actually grows and develops with the user. So let's say, how can I imagine that? Like, yeah. I mean, it's such a world. I've never thought about this world.
It's very simple system when I will describe you will understand it easily, but we are trying to build the smart robotic hand, and the hand which can understand user behavior and be like personalized gadget for each of our users. So for example, some of some of our user uses the hand during the 2 weeks or 1 month, and he or she does a lot of actions, grab a lot of objects from table, from floor, and hold in a lot of actions and choose different grips to do this. So we collect this data about how the user interacts with the hand, which grips, in which situations she or he prefers to choose. And we collect this data on our server platform, and we analyze this data, and we create for each of the case like behavior patterns. And then we update the hand, the firmware of the hand of this behavior pattern. Like you update your iPhone by new firmware, that's how we update the hand by the new firmware. So the next time when user would like to take a cup from the table or bag or anything else, the hand will understand that in this situation, user mostly choose this grip and will propose this grip in advance. So if it's the right grip, what user needs to do, just close the grip to take the object. So by analyzing this data and how the user interacts on daily basis with environment around him or her, we can make this hand to understand the intention of each of our user. And this is the main idea, because how this hand controls all of our users, they have sensors, the small like sensors, and the sensors should be located near the active muscles. It's non-invasive, just sensors on a skin surface. And when the muscles are active, they transform this signal from active muscles to the hand. And for example, one signal can be like call to action to open or close the grip, and another signal can be call to action to change the grip in different directions. And this how the hand is controlled right now. So it's always you need to activate your muscles to do some actions by the hand. And in our case, we would like to minimize this activation of muscles and to be able the hand to propose the needed grip for advance, and user just needs to open or close the grip. So it will be easier to all of the people to control the hand. It will be I think the muscle activation will be less needed in this case, and it will be more naturally control, I think, in the future.
Fascinating. And it is the first hand, I understand, that is really fitting the anatomy of the female body, so the female arm, and it kind of elegantly prolongs the female body in that way.
That's correct. Right now we have two sizes. We have big size for men and small size for women. And when we started this company, how the other companies started, they start from the big one and then go to the small one. We started from the small one because we saw this lack of really functional, elegance, and biological look-like hands on the market. So all the hands, they're like Terminator look-like, very strong but aggressive, very like masculine, and it was no option for women. And that's why we decided to do really the great job here and design very anatomical look-like hand. And it was very challenging to our engineers, to be honest, because it was always fight against functionality and beauty. And we would like to compare everything in one product. And all our engineers like, it's impossible. We can do it bigger. It's impossible to do it so small. And it was also always conversations like this. And we in this like, no, please, we can do this. Let's find some different way to do this. And right now, yes, it's very elegant. When you put on the glove, you can see the both hands looks like the same. And for women, it's very important, the external look, of course, and they really appreciate the design. For men, usually it's also important, but not in a such way as for women. But when we started, we like think that we will have a lot of female cases, but right now we have the most, I think the majority of cases it's men because of military cases in Ukraine and because we are working with soldiers right now. So we produce much more big hands than a small one. But I think it will change in the future and we will produce more small hands too. But like, because we are focusing more on war cases in Ukraine, that's why it's disbalanced right now. But yes, the design of the hands is very unique and it's very good looking, I think, and give confidence to the women who will wear this prosthetic hands in the future.
So, so what are like the next steps for you and your company, and how do you envision the near future?
I think our next steps, we will be going to this control system, and so we created the hardware device. We developed prosthetic hands. And right now, we would like to focus on control of this prosthetic device, not only but also all other prosthetic hands on the market. And right now, we are developing some control system to be able to control faster different wearable devices around us. So it will be our next product, this control system. And also, we are working on collecting body data. Right now, it's body data from our users who wear our hands. But in the future, we would like to create the biggest set of body data to be able to go further and start working and communicate with companies which will develop in a small electronic inside our body, this tiny implants. And these tiny implants, they will have different functionality to communicate with wearable devices like prostheses or stoses and different gadgets around us. They also can deliver drugs. For example, they also can help us to sleep better. So different functions can be done by these small implants inside us. And to be able to go to this technology, we need to have this big set of body data. So this will be our very long-term goal because we would like to help millions, billions of people around the world. And I think the best technology which will be developing during the next decade will be this small, tiny implanted electronics. And we would like to participate in this journey with other companies. And we already started, but we started from prosthetic area, but we will go further and further.
Admirable. So
yeah,
you must be, it's, I mean, it's so futuristic in a way, but then again, I mean, you already have the hand, you already developed the technology there. You are bridging between technology and the social sensation, and the emotional sensation. So this is like the basic, I mean, you have your basis set, and if you develop technology from there, it's not so frightening for someone like me. I think everything can be cured with herbs. So but so I mean, you are like the number one driver of it all. You must be constantly working and traveling. And what is your way to calm down when you feel like, okay, I need to take a pause, I need to take a breath here? What do you do to calm yourself down?
Usually I try just to turn off my phone. And what it usually make me like happy and be able to calm down, it's being near the water. It can be sea, ocean, river, lake, just to walk around the water, reading some book or have conversation with myself, something like this. And it always helps. It would be like 2 hours walk, and sometimes it will be enough for me. It's not usually an opportunity to do this like weekly, but I'm really trying to do this like monthly.
Mm-hmm.
And also the I sometimes need this day off. When you uh, turn
Mm-hmm.
off Slack, email, messengers, or everything, and just doing something what you would like to do. Go to coffee, reading, go shopping, have this conversation with friends, like enjoying beautiful New York or Paris or Berlin, whatever
Mm-hmm.
you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And just to have this day, you're not a founder, you are not a co-founder, you are not a woman in tech right now. You are just a
Anna.
person in this world. Yes.
Yes, just
And
Anna. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope you can have enough of those days, so your power doesn't run out, because what you do and what you move is just beyond and so admirable. And I thank you so much for your time and for sharing your story here on my podcast, Shift Happens.